And welcome back to the Citizen channel. Our player ratings, a very tight game. Made hard work of that one, didn't we? Brentford 0, City 1. Match day 7, of course, of the Premier League season 2025-26. 4:30 p.m. kickoff on the 5th of October. So we'll have a look at what Simon Bajkowski thought of the Manchester Evening News. We'll have a look at what I thought, more importantly for me anyway. And of course, we'll have some Sofascore stats thrown in, which more or less back up a lot of what we thought yesterday in that game. Pretty great first half. I think if all the player ratings, probably a half a point higher based on the first half. But of course, we sort of went to sleep a little bit, started giving possession away far too easily in the second half. And I think most players had a better first and second half. Right, let's before we do that, please give that like button a smash, guys. It'd be great to have your support, of course, as ever. And don't forget, if you've got any hype points to spread around, please do so. That'd be wonderful if you can find it on whichever means you're watching this. Some people can find a hype button easy enough, other people can't. So if you can give us any, it'll make an old City fan very, very happy. Right, let's start off with the big man at the back, 6'6" Donnarumma. Yeah, an important stop in the second half, said Simon. His game management was excellent. The City came under pressure until the late heart scare. Yeah, he was. You're always going to get this with Donnarumma. You're going to get some great saves like that, where all he did basically was kept himself big, and the striker Diego just wasn't good enough really to beat him. I think perhaps Haaland would have dinked that in. I'm not too sure, but Donnarumma only did what a good goalkeeper would do, kept himself big. He did have two iffy casual moments, and I think that's what we get with Donnarumma, is it? We'll get him saving us the points, and then we'll almost get him throwing away the points. But I think he's got a bit of luck as well. I think he's a lucky keeper, and sometimes you do need a little bit of luck as a player, and certainly as a goalkeeper. And I think seeing what I've seen so far of him, I think he is a lucky keeper. So hopefully that'll continue. Simon gave him a 7. I give him a 7 as well. He made one save. He prevented 0.32 of a goal. So, yeah, that one-on-one chance, 0.32. I can't remember too many other ones he had to do, but that's the stats. 1 punch, 2 high claims. He made 1 save from inside the box, 38 touches with an 85% pass accuracy, 23 out of 27. 6 long balls accurate out of 9, so that's okay. 1 clearance and 2 out of 2 aerial duels won. And it's not too bad, I think, on the ball, because teams like Brentford didn't particularly put any real pressure on us, so it was fine on that basis. So against the so-called better teams, we might come under a little bit more press, but at the moment it works fine with the teams we're playing. Right, on to Nunes, who got the right back spot again. Simon said lots of very good play marked by the occasional lapses in concentration. Well, that's Mr. Nunes, isn't it? That threatens City's lead. He give him a 6. I say just the usual defensive performance. He's not the ideal number 2. Of course he's not. He's filling in. He's a midfielder. Whether he'll ever get that role with City is very doubtful. He doesn't do the overlaps. He doesn't do the underlaps as such. So, yeah, it's a problem at right back, but he did okay, and he got away with a little bit of laxness, so that's fine. You get a 6 from me as well. Let's look at his stats. 3 clearances, 1 tackle. He won 4 out of 6 ground duels, which is good. He won 2 out of 3 aerial duels. Lost possession 14 times, which is fairly high. 1 foul was foul once. 123 touches though, with a 91% pass accuracy, 90 out of 99. He had 2 crosses that neither were accurate. Long balls 4 out of 5 accurate, and dribble attempts he was successful 2 out of 3. So overall Nunes didn't do that badly. I mean, on those stats you might push him up to a 6.5, but by the evidence of our eyes and what we watched, we'll stick with an okay 6. 6 is an okay performance. Anything less is worse, and anything more is better, of course. Diaz, yes, commanding throughout, said Simon, and made some smart decisions as Brentford pushed in the second half. He did. He got an 8 out of 10 from Simon. Very kind. I've not been quite as high. I give him a 7.5. I thought he marshalled things pretty well. As I said, all the team had a bit of a jittery second half, but even though Brentford did very well, not much could do with that big chance he had on 48 minutes. But after that, they didn't really, apart from the long ball throw routine, which really pisses me off. But we'll talk a bit about that in the story of the game. They didn't offer that much, did they? They're the 16th in the division. They looked as though the 16th of the way they played. But yeah, Diaz did what he had to do. I'll give him a 7.5. Simon gave him an 8. He made 6 clearances. He blocked 1 shot. 3 interceptions, 1 tackle. He won 3 out of 5 ground duels. He won all 4 of his aerial duels, which is, he doesn't usually do that. He doesn't usually have 100% on aerial duels. Lost possession just 4 times. 1 foul, was fouled twice. 112 touches with a 97% pass accuracy, 92 out of 95, and 1 long ball accurate out of 2. So yeah, I mean, Diaz was pushing for man of the match with that performance. I'd give it someone else, but yeah. Good. He was our mainstay in defence, put it that way. Gvardiol, Simon said, lucky that Thiago didn't score when he played him through. Well, he didn't play him through, did he? He got muscled off it and lost it in the air, didn't he? And headed it on. Although he picked up another assist for Haaland, yeah. So good and bad with Gvardiol. Let's give him a 7. He's been kind to him. Yeah, I mean, you probably lose at least half a point for that poor challenge in the air. As I say, Thiago was clever there. It's the sort of thing you'd see Haaland do, a little bit of a bustle to upset the centre half, and that's what he did with Gvardiol. But he more than made amends, I think. I think he did all right. An assist, of course. It was Haaland had to do all the work, there's no doubt about it, but he still got the assist. And I say, he just misjudged that punt a little bit that sent Thiago through. We got away with it. So I'm not going to give him a 7. I'll give him a 6.5. His Sofascore stats: 1 assist, expected goal assist 0.04. There you go. So it shows how much Haaland work had to be done to score that goal. 3 clearances, 1 block shot, 2 interceptions, 1 tackle, 1 errors leading to a shot. Yes. Ground duels, he just won 2 out of 5. Aerial duels, 2 out of 3. Possession lost 11 times. Fouls, none. It was foul once. Touches 117 with a 95% pass accuracy, 93 out of 98. Long balls, 3 out of 4 accurate. 1 big chance created, 1 shot on target, and 0 success out of 3 dribble attempts. So yeah, a bit of an in and outy game from Gvardiol. Let's face it, it's nice for him to play centre half way, isn't it? He doesn't usually get many options to do it. On to O'Reilly, our new left back, of course. Simon says, solid against Brentford's set pieces, an attacking threat, and one of the calmest heads in possession. Yeah, again, he looks calm, doesn't always get it right, not perfect by any means, but a little bit behind Diaz, I thought. I wouldn't give him an 8. Simon's given him an 8, which is matches Diaz. I wouldn't say it's quite as good as Diaz. I'm going to give him a 7. The 1 or 2 sort of shaky moments that I panicked a little bit when he was far too cool in possession. He made 1 clearance. These are his Sofascore stats: 4 tackles, dribble past ones. He won 5 out of 9 ground duels, which is okay. 1 out of 3 aerial duels. He lost possession 16 times. 112 touches with a 92% accuracy, 78 out of 85. 2 key passes. 1 accurate cross out of 1. No accurate long balls out of 2. 1 big chance created, and 1 successful dribble attempt out of 3. Yeah, so I think that's fair enough. I'd say I wouldn't go as high as 8 as Simon's give him. I'd just give him a 7, which I think those stats back that up, really. On to Rodri, of course. Sadly, not long enough for me to give him a mark. I just said, oh shit, but it looks as though it's certainly not his old injury. It's not his ACL injury. It's obviously a hammy, and it all seems that it's just a little bit of a twinge. And yeah, it just proves that he needs to be ushered back in. I possibly wouldn't have started him in this game personally. We can only go off what the medical team are doing and what they're doing. But I would have probably not started him in this against Brentford. As I probably wouldn't have started him, obviously, for the Burnley game, which you don't think we can get away without using him. But just slowly, a bit more slowly, City. I think we're pushing him too much. Too many starts for me. He should be coming on at a certain stage, but there you go. Or hopefully it's not a big problem anyway as he comes back. Simon said about his performance, had looked like being one of his best performances since injury until it was all over in painfully quick time. Yes, he had 25 touches, 92% pass accuracy, 23 out of 25, 1 key pass, no accurate long balls out of 1, and lost possession twice. So I say no mark for me. He wasn't on long enough. On to Reinders, who again is a little bit of an enigma for me. Simon said, unlucky not to see his volley crash in, although he needed more of a presence after the break. And I think that was all the team. I think after the break, all the team were fairly shocking, in fairness. I sort of forgot he was there in the second half until he actually got substituted. I didn't realise, I forgot he was playing. Simon's given him a 6, I give him a 6. I mean, That was a cracking volley. It was, but I mean, he'd had a couple of sighters before then. One had hit roll Z and the other one had hit roll Y. I mean, so yeah, I'm not sure on Reinders. It wasn't great. It was okay. 77 touches, 94% pass accuracy, which is okay. 64 out of 68. One key pass. 0 crosses were accurate out of 2. 2 long balls accurate out of 2. 1 shot on target, 1 shot off target. I thought he had a couple. He might have got 1 blocked or something. Dribble attempts successful, 3 out of 3. Big chances missed 1. Ground duels 1, 3 out of 3. He lost possession 7 times, which isn't that bad for his position. 1 clearance. So yeah, I'll stick with the 6 that Simon's give him a 6 as well. But I just. Again, it's you know, we're expecting far too much of these new guys, aren't we? Expecting to hit the ground running. I think we were flat. He was flattered, wasn't he, in that first game? And we thought, oh, this guy's a genius. And when he gets a bit of pressure talking, once Cherky perhaps comes into the reckoning as well, he's not under as much pressure. I think we'll see a better Reinders. A bit up and down for me. Another one who's had a tremendous first half, I thought, but again, like most of the City players, struggled in the second. Phil Foden, Simon said, involved a lot on the ball, but his finishing was not up to his usual standards. He's given him a 6. I'll give him a little bit better than that. I thought his first half performance was very good. He just give the ball away far too often for me in the second half. I'll see his stats in a minute, but he helped control that first half for me. I thought he played really well, but he couldn't keep it up, as in he didn't get a lot of support from the others either. I've given him a 6.5. Simon gave him a 6. He had 81 touches, 64 out of 69 passes were accurate, 93%. 2 key passes, 2 crosses of which 1 was just accurate. No long balls out of 1 accurate. Shots on target 1, shots off target 1. 3 shots blocked. Yeah, I mean he was doing all right. He was at least having a go. Some of his shots were a bit feeble, though. I thought it could have been a bit better. Ground duels, he won 3 out of 4. He didn't win his only aerial duel. He lost possession 6 times. That's probably all in the second half, from what because I do remember him trying to pick a pass out and hitting a Brentford player certainly a couple of times in the second half. 1 foul, was fouled once. 1 interception, 2 tackles. Another one who perhaps did okay, but does he need to do better to impress and get into Pep's thoughts more and more? Of course, Oscar Bob came back in. Simon said he did flatter to deceive at times, but create some excellent chances from the right. Let's give him a 7. Yeah, I would tend to agree. On the right, it didn't look any better when sort of Bob wasn't on the right. 1 or 2 nice little touches that we just had. That final ball would have been brilliant. There was one where he beat about 4 players and then just didn't try to find Foden. I think he couldn't quite get to it, but it was almost a perfect ball. But Simon's giving him a 7. I'm going to give him a 6.5. I like what he does, but I just want to see a little bit more. He's got to learn when to give the ball and when to release it, and when to pass it and when to hold on to it, when to circulate it, etc., etc. But yeah, he was all right. I'll give him a 6.5. He had 55 touches, 89% pass accuracy, 40 out of 45. He made 3 key passes. He had 1 shot blocked. He made 4 successful dribble attempts out of 5. He won 6 ground duels out of 8. Aerial duels, he won 1 out of 2. He lost possession 6 times, which is fine. Was foul once, tackles 1, and dribble pass once. On to another guy who, again, for me, didn't set anything alight, based on the fact after his contract extension, he didn't particularly show any big urgency, and for what he did, dare I say, we probably would have got a little bit more out of Grealish in that position, but he's only a young lad, isn't he? Savvy. He's only 20, is he? I think he's only 20 years old, so lots of potential. So I'm not going to say, yeah, we should have kept Grealish and Savvy should have gone to Spurs or anything like that, but he didn't do anything particularly. Simon said quiet in the first half, and while he grew into the game, he needlessly gave the ball away a few times. Yeah, I just wasn't excited when Rodri's flowing. He's exciting. Savvy never really got going for me. So I give him a 6 as well. Simon gave him a 6. He had 66 touches, 47 out of 51 passes were accurate. That's 92%. 0 crosses were accurate out of 2. 1 out of 1 long balls accurate. None out of 2 dribble attempts successful. He just won 2 out of 6 ground duels. Lost possession 15 times, which is a lot. Was fouled twice. Was offside once. Yeah, and that one where he could see across the pitch, so there's no real excuse for being offside in those situations, but he was. And on to who was just about my man of the match. Haaland. Simon said another brilliant goal before an excellent defensive performance, sensing the danger for City early. Give him an 8. And he wasn't a man of the match because he was brilliant or totally involved. He just did what he had to do. I don't think he had any good chances he missed, and he was willing to come back and help. A couple of nice little touches to other players and stuff like this, winning the ball as you'd expect. But it wasn't a great second half, but he had a really good first half. As I said, I don't think there's a single City player had a great second half, in fairness. So my man of the match for effort, really, and the goal, of course. So I give him an 8 out of 10 as well. He had just one shot on target, 23 touches with a 63% pass accuracy, so could do with being a little bit higher, 10 out of 16. He won 1 of his 2 ground duels, he won 2 out of his 3 aerial duels, he lost possession 6 times, fouls he committed once, he was fouled once himself, and made 2 clearances. That's where we like to see him in defence, helping out. And even though Brentford didn't create much, at least he was willing to get back and help out at the back as well. Substitutes, yes, Nico Gonzalez, who got a bit of an early, he probably was thinking he'd be coming on at 60 minutes. He came on at 21 minutes for Rodri, of course. Simon said he did a decent job, albeit still needs to learn the right ball for every situation. Yeah, I was impressed last time Gonzalez was asked to play DM. I thought he did a lot better than Simon thought. Simon's given him a 6. I'm not going to go any higher. I thought he did quite well considering we saw it was on for most of the game where we were sort of, certainly the second half, where we weren't controlling anything. He didn't help the rest of the team, but the rest of the team didn't help him either. So a pretty quiet second half, but it was okay. I've given him a 6. Simon gave him a 6. He had 71 touches. Let's see what his stats say. 50 out of 57 accurate passes, 88%. Long balls, none out of 1 were accurate. He won 5 out of 7 ground duels, which is good. He won 2 out of 3 aerial duels, which is good again. He lost possession 10 times, which sounds dodgy, but it's not as bad as you think in that position. 1 foul was foul once, 3 clearances, and 1 interception with 4 tackles. So yeah, I thought it was all right. I don't think he's worth more than a 6, but he got a 6. Last couple of guys, they weren't on long enough for me to rate. Simon said about Doku, who came on for Bob, helped to give City some more control. He scored him a 7. I think that's a bit kind. He had one dribble attempt that failed. He had 10 touches. 2 out of 3 of his passes were accurate. Ground duels, he won none out of 3. Lost possession 6 times. Don't forget, it was only on for about 15 minutes. Lost possession 6 times and committed 1 foul. So I thought Doku just was very bland when he came on. We had Savvy and Doku, and I don't understand why Savvy wasn't taken off for Doku any, but he didn't do anything exciting, to be honest with you. And Bernardo, similar sort of thing. He wasn't on long enough for me to mark. Simon said he helped to shut Brentford out, which he did. Give him a 6. He had 21 touches, so he was quite busy considering he wasn't on long. 15 out of 17 passes were accurate, 88%. 1 ball accurate out of 2. He lost possession 3 times, clearances 2. So he did a lot of hoofing, didn't he? A couple of hoofs up the pitch, necessarily times, getting plenty of air on it. And that's we perhaps needed to do that a little bit more at times when we were tending to throw possession away. Rather than just hoof it. May as well hoof it if you're going to throw possession away. Lose another few seconds, get it into the opponent's half. So there you go, guys. That's it. Let me know your ratings. I'll be back with the story of the game in same surroundings. I'm still away, but obviously by the time you next see me, I'll start doing previews. I'll be back home in the cold, so a bit colder than we are here. I'm in the mid-20s here at the moment, so let me know your ratings. Let me know your thoughts. Please, guys, give us your support. It'd be wonderful if you can. Hope you enjoyed the content. If you want to chat to me, or you do want to help with the channel or sponsor it, etc., stuff like that, there are ways of doing it. All you ever have to do is keep watching and listening. Thanks for that, guys. Hope you enjoyed the feature anyway. And please, if you can, give us a thumbs up, give us a like. That'd be wonderful. And if you're not already a subscriber, it'd be great if you could subscribe. It's absolutely free. Also, check out all my social media links. Will be in the description and comments below if you want to follow me on TikTok, Instagram, X, Facebook. We can chat on there and do all things City, of course. Also, if you're into film and TV, don't forget a lot of this channel is film and TV stuff. I love me film and TV like I do City. So if you're into that, have a look. Or if you know somebody who might not be that bothered about the football but likes film and TV, give them a kick in my direction. I'll be very grateful. And special thanks as ever to supporters of the channel. Piat6505. They've got a little eBay shop selling film and TV memorabilia mainly, including books, magazines, posters, lots of posters, and they do have some City stuff as well that they've purloined off me over time, so there'll be a few bits and pieces, probably more going on as well. So have a look at Piat 6505 on eBay. And yes, if you do go onto eBay, and if you remember, we do have memberships, 99p a month. You get early access to all my vlogs. So as soon as I do them, you get them. Sometimes it could be months before they're published generally. So a lot of the history stuff. So you have access. The membership gives you access to that. It gives you 10% extra off at Piat 6505 if you want to buy any of that memorabilia. So that you can actually gain that from being a member and support the channel. That's a great way of supporting the channel, of course, like watching the ads on the original thing that you've seen now, my original feature. That'd be fantastic. So yeah, also, before we go, podcasts. If you like your podcasts, I do a podcast with Mike Long in South Korea. It's called Bolt from the Blue, in our 8th season. Yeah, we've had some good fun on there. We're trying to have a bit of humour, generally look at City's games as and when we play them, have a look back. So please check out that. It's on Soundcloud, Spotify, all good places you get your podcasts from. There you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed everything about this feature, and you didn't mind me asking you about this at the end. And please, all I ever ask for you is to stay safe, everyone, especially you Blues.